We'll have no fun, cause Jen Kirkman's podcast comes out today.
No Fun, the Jen Kirkman podcast, episode 30. But, there haven't just been 30 episodes of this podcast. Hell no. This is season 10 in its 10th year. There have been well over 500 episodes of this podcast. So you can check those out by going to jenkirkman.com. Click where you see No Fun Podcast. And at the bottom of the page, there's a link to all the episodes ever. And you can listen to the first 20 minutes of every episode free wherever you get your podcasts. And then before that, there's full-length episodes that are free from 2021, 2020. Anyway, you get it. You're here. Right. Okay, I have to address something really important. So I read a review and somebody said they wanted to join the Patreon, but they don't want to have to sit at their computer to do it. They wish it could just be in like their podcast app. It is. It can. I just need you to know. I need you to know. I say it all the time, but I know people fast forward or they zone out, but I really need you to know. If you join the Patreon, first of all, Patreon has an app, so you can listen through that. You don't have to sit at your computer or have a website up. Or if you don't want to do that, like let's say you are someone who listens to this podcast using Apple Podcasts, there is a link that you will get upon joining my Patreon that you can put into your Apple Podcast feed, and the full episode will download every week, just like it's free and you're just getting it every week. So just wanted to let you know that it does not change the way you listen if you join Patreon. So there you go, everybody. Just hope you heard that. Also really click before I start. Oh God, completely sober. I just mess up my words. Quickly before we start, I'm back in the necklace business, sort of. Just a little small baby launch with my merchandise store. There are 3 necklaces. One says Spinster, one says Generation X, and one says Over 40. These are the things that mean something to me. They're all gold plated. You cannot pick silver. I'm sorry right now. It's just a small launch. I put the money up. I took a guess. We see what people want. Then from there we decide. I've heard all your feedback, and but mostly everyone's loving it. But there's only 100 necklaces available of each word. So get on it. I will put a link in the show notes, or you can just go to jenkirkman.com. It's right there on the homepage. And if you order by December 16th, you'll have them in time for Christmas, barring any big snowstorm like you see in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But we don't have that anymore. Thanks, climate change. Oh, it was a balmy day here in Brooklyn. It was raining, but it was humid as F. And I mean, one of the reasons I was happy to move back to the East Coast is because I need some weather. I need it to be cold sometimes. I want snow, and it's not happening yet this year. We don't need to get into a bummer of that. We're all smart people. We know what's going on in the world. This is 1 hour. We don't have to think about it. But I will give you my hot take. This is the only take you need about the Kanye West is anti-Semitic situation. This is the only take that you need. So much of the media, especially all media, but even smart liberal people I know, we're saying things like, oh my God. Well, let me back up before I tell you my take on the thing that happened. Let me tell you the thing that happened. Kanye West went on the Alex Jones show. You know, Alex Jones, InfoWars. He's been sued for saying that Sandy Hook never happened. He got fined like basically $1 billion. He's still on the air. I mean, it's like when I'm broke, I'm broke. You know, I've been broke. I couldn't sit around podcasting. I mean, the podcasts weren't invented the years I was very broke, but let's just say they had been. I would be busy freaking out that I owed $1 billion. Anyway, whatever. So he's still And because of, it was a civil case and it wasn't about being on the air, whatever, you know how the law, I'm getting real tired of the law. I know the law in a weird way is like incredible, the way that it was constructed, and it moves slow and it does this and it does that. But at times, the law really, I feel like it is a snake eating its own tail. It just wraps itself around so much that you can't even untangle it. And you're just like, forget it. Like when your headphones are all knotted up, or a necklace is all knotted up. You're like, you know what? I don't even want it anymore. It's like, I can't get my hopes up about anything anymore because of the way the law works. So it's like, he can still be on the air. Okay, great. So he can still be on the air. So really, what's changed? Anyway, that's not the point. So Alex Jones doing his podcast, Kanye West goes on. And as you know, it's, video podcast. Kanye's wearing like a black suit. I mean, not a suit, like a suit and tie, like, hi, I'm a professional, but like zippered hood kind of wetsuit looking thing. I don't even care. Do whatever. Okay. Whatever that is, enjoy. But Kanye's saying that he's, loves Hitler. Okay. Now, I don't know what the purpose of him going on Alex Jones was, if it was so that he could explain to everyone that he's not really anti-Semitic, but he went on and said, I love Hitler. And Alex Jones is saying, wait, hang on a minute. You love Hitler. And, seemingly disagreeing, seemingly trying to help Kanye out of the hole he has just dug for himself. And Kanye says, no, I love him. I know what Kanye's trying to do there. He's trying to do the Jesus thing, where Jesus loved everybody. And look, if you're going to believe that Jesus loved everybody, I don't know. I guess you could argue that everyone's in heaven. I really don't know. These are not the questions I asked when I was in, I never went to Catholic school, but we went to CCD class once a week. I mean, I think it was all kind of on our minds. So even the most evil people get forgiven and they go to heaven. But I think the answer is no, because you have to ask for forgiveness. There's always going to be a loophole. Don't think you're going to catch, some nun. Hey, so that means Hitler's in heaven? She'd be like, no, he's not, because he didn't believe in Jesus and he didn't ask his forgiveness. But anyone who does and asks forgiveness is saved. That's what she would say. Okay, so I don't think Hitler's in heaven, you guys. The good news is, I don't think so. I better not get any letters. She's talking about heaven. This is not even true. There's no heaven. Guys, I know. I don't believe in that stuff. I'm just saying. Okay, so I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to do this Jesus-y thing. Then he's saying even further, Hitler did some great things. He claims Hitler invented the microphone. Strange as that sounds, the microphone was not invented by Hitler. So that's why it sounds strange, because if you notice, there were microphones around before Hitler. Okay, so he's saying all these things. Hitler invented highways. No. Hitler's great. Great things about Hitler. Great style. Alex Jones is like, hey, I'll give you that. I mean, look, we all know Hugo Boss designed the Nazis' outfits. I said that once and someone was like, haha. I'm like, no, literally they did. Go look it up. So anyway, everyone's take has been, oh my God, when Alex Jones is trying to bring you back from the brink, you've gone too far. When Alex Jones even thinks that's too far. Now, let me be very clear. You're not being specific enough. You're not being smart enough with that take. Alex Jones, now let's just say he's a big, crazy ass contrarian. He's just a psychopath, a sociopath. He's a grifter. Sure. I don't know what the man actually believes at the end of the day. I don't think he thinks Sandy Hook was a hoax, but I think he doesn't care that you believe it and that makes you then go do something violent, like stalk the parents of the kids who were slaughtered in Sandy Hook. I just don't think he cares. But anyway, all that aside, whether Alex Jones is anti-Semitic as well, whether it's all just a big show, which, by the way, if that's the show you're doing, then you probably are anti-Semitic in the sense that you don't care, that you are pretending to be. It's all the same, right? But whether he's just amoral and just doesn't care and it's his big show, or he really believes it, either way, the goal with all of these people that are kicking up chaos they believe or they don't believe, the goal of all of these people is do not say the big thing out loud. Do not say, and I don't mean the quiet part out loud, I mean the big money item. Do not say the obvious, most worst thing you could say when you are being called an anti-Semite. Don't say, I love Hitler. Hitler was great. Don't say it. Because of course you love Hitler. Of course you don't mind Hitler. But you don't say it. Because that is not a bridge too far for Alex Jones. It's not a bridge too far for other anti-Semites listening. It's not a bridge too far for anybody in that world. But they've got to not let that be known, just in case it's a bridge too far for anyone to use against them. Whether it's going to be people trying to get Alex Jones off the air, people trying to make sure Kanye doesn't run for president, people trying to say Donald Trump hangs out with Kanye, whatever. Whether people in politics want to use it against them, or just it's a little bit too far for some of the viewers who are on board with anti-Semitism. They thought maybe Hitler went too far, but in general, we gotta keep an eye on those Jews. That's the reason I'm not where I want to be in life. The Jews are keeping me down. You know, those people. It might be a bridge too far for them. Alex Jones doesn't care. And he wasn't trying to rein Kanye in because he doesn't agree with that. It was just because we gotta be strategic, fella. We gotta make everyone not come looking for us. We got to stay under the radar and keep doing the dog whistles. And that's, again, what I explained on an episode of this podcast that was Patreon only a few weeks ago. That's what Dave Chappelle's comedy act was, and all y'all fell for it. Oh, he was funny. And liberals love to think they look smart by doing the both sides thing. Oh, I'm like against a lot of anti-Semitism, and I think what Kanye did was terrible. But you have to admit, Dave Chappelle's act was brilliant on SNL. No, it wasn't. I'm not offended. I'm not saying he doesn't have funny jokes sometimes, but I'm saying you don't understand what dog whistles are. Anyway, so that's the take. The take is Alex Jones was not thinking it was too far. He was saying, we're not supposed to say this. This is what we say in the clubhouse. We don't say it to the public, or else, we've revealed all our cards. So that's all you need to know. Don't let anyone convince you for a moment that Alex Jones was like, whoa. That's not how he really felt. How do you know that, Jen? Because Alex Jones is a close friend of mine. I didn't tell you guys? Okay. I think that's my only hot take of the moment. Okay, the entire day, I have thought that it was Monday, December 5th. And I'd been listening to a few news things where they're like, today's the big day. Reverend Warnock and Herschel. I'm like, why do they keep saying, I guess it's because it's the last day before the election. My entire brain so far today has thought it was Monday. Oh my God. I just realized I looked at the clock on my computer. Well, I sound real smart. You're like, I love that take that girl gave. Well, the girl didn't know what day it was. Well, I liked what she said about Kanye. That's why I listen to Joe Rogan. She doesn't even know what day it is. Honey, what channel is Joe Rogan? I don't know. Just put on the computer, on the TV. He's always on. Anyway, all right, this week on the podcast, what am I talking about? I'm talking about how I gave away some free stuff and I got to meet some people in my building. Once again, what is going on? Some weird people out there. But then someone that was so awesome that I wanted to be best friends right away, and how I handled both situations. There is some more fun happening on the Nextdoor app. People are falling out of trees. This is in my old neighborhood that I used to live in LA, and I have since begun reading the antics of the people on the Nextdoor app. I will also be maybe reading an article or two about certain things. I haven't decided yet. I'm kind of like flying by the seat of my pants today. But I think I might talk about how TEA, tea, not like the hot gossip, but the actual drink. 2 tea companies, Sleepy Time and Yogi, run by total monsters. Oh, that's right. Everybody is a rapist. All right. And then an exciting news. A French man wins the right to not be fun at work. Guys, this is big no fun news. This is big no fun news. So we're going to talk about those things and possibly more, if I can get around to it, in this episode. And the rest of the episode, join me over at Patreon. You can hear the rest. I believe this episode is available to the $4 and $5 level subscribers. And if you just click the link in our show notes, that'll take you to the Patreon. All right.